Ladies and gentlemen, the 217th graduating class of the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join us in the singing of our national anthem. I would request that Officer Fuller and Kramer please come to the front and lead us in the anthem. Thank you, gentlemen. I would now invite Patrolman Dominque Bohannon of the Fishers Police Department to offer our invocation.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for every seat that has been filled here today as we celebrate great success. I pray that you bless my fellow officers with grace and courage as they advance onto their law enforcement careers. We gather here today with the intent to do good works. May our efforts be blessed with insight, guided by understanding and wisdom. May we seek to serve with respect for all, and may our personal faiths give us strength to act honestly and well in all matters before us. Lord, please bless this ceremony today and all of those who are present. We are eternally grateful for your work you are doing in all of our lives. Thank you, Lord. We ask it all now in Jesus' name. Amen.
Well, good morning. On behalf of Executive Director Tim Horty, the Academy staff, and Class 217, I would like to welcome you all to the 217th Basic Course graduation ceremony. For the last 15 weeks, this group of men and women have dedicated themselves to achieve a common goal: to complete their basic training requirement and to become a certified police officer within the great state of Indiana. Today, they accomplished that goal, and I'm proud to call them a fellow brother and sister in this profession. Class, you've done well. I'm proud of you, as well as I know all these in attendance today are. The class has been an amazing group. Overall, they have immersed themselves into the local community, and I know they will do the same at home. Just to give you a couple examples of what this class has done together. First, it started with the blood drive. Many donated to the state blood bank, and this has an effect throughout the state of hospitals that desperately need those units to save life. They then raised about $670 for a Project Blue Light ceremony that's held at the Academy every December by having nothing else but a dodgeball tournament. Thankfully, Chiefs, we didn't get anybody injured. Finally, they had an evening with Special Olympians from the Hendricks County area where they played basketball, kickball, cornhole, bocce ball, and just interacted with the athletes. On top of that, then, they raised approximately $3,800 for the Special Olympics in the state of Indiana. So that gives you an example of the type of person that this group has become and the type of people that they are and what they're going to be doing in their communities at home. And if they're going to do that while here at the Academy, I have great faith that they will immerse themselves in their communities where they reside. And I know that they're going to make a difference in those communities. I would now like to take the opportunity to thank all of those at the Academy that keep us running on a daily basis. Our maintenance staff, business office and record staff, the IT and media center, quartermaster, housekeeping staff, and I know the class's favorite, the kitchen staff and food vendors. I would also like to take the time to thank the Plainfield Community Schools and their staff for allowing us to use their facility this morning. Ms. Brandy Morris and Mr. Bagent are always great to work with, and they make today possible. The community support from the school does not go unnoticed, and we appreciate their involvement very much. I would also like to take the time to introduce the training staff that are present with us this morning, and I would also like to thank those that are working the security detail as well. Captain Yantz, Lieutenants Burris, Kammer, Kipper, and Ringer. They were out amongst the group working the security, and I appreciate everything they've done, not only for today, but what they have done in bringing this class to this date. I'd now like to introduce the training staff that's here on the stage with us. All these gentlemen make my job really easy, and they're extreme pleasure to work with on a daily basis. They are truly dedicated to the law enforcement profession and to the success of these new officers on the stage. Please hold any applause until they all have been introduced. To start with, behind me is Mr. Tim Cain. Mr. Tim Cain earned his first law degree from Valparaiso University School of Law and an advanced law degree from the John Marshall Lee School in Chicago. He has practiced law for over 32 years and was a 3-term elected prosecuting attorney for LaGrange County, Indiana. From September 2007 to assuming the staff attorney position at the Academy, Tim was a reserve deputy with the Noble County Sheriff's Department. He has spent the majority of his professional career training and protecting police officers throughout Northeast Indiana, and he was one of 5 attorneys in the state that represented troopers for the Indiana Troopers Alliance. In addition to the staff attorney duties at ILEA and the Law Enforcement Training Board, Tim teaches criminal law to basic students, semi-annual legal updates for street officers throughout the state, and various in-service classes. Mr. Tim Cain. Lieutenant Randy Aspenson, retired from the Columbus Police Department and was a member of the 31st Marine Amphibious Unit, United States Marine Corps. His duties at the Academy include being the lead drill instructor, lead instructor for the STOPS program, and assist with criminal investigations and instructor development. Lieutenant Randy Aspenson. Lieutenant Mike Brown. Lieutenant Brown served with the Columbus Police Department for 24 years, retiring in 2005 to join the staff at the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy. He is a U.S. Air Force veteran, retired with 22 total years of service. Lieutenant Brown's primary duties at the Academy include physical tactics, physical fitness, and he's an assistant drill instructor. Lieutenant Mike Brown. Lieutenant Rick Kiefer served 20 years with the Hobart Police Department, retiring as a detective sergeant. Lieutenant Kiefer joined the Academy staff in 2001. Lieutenant Kiefer served 6 years with the United States Army, is a graduate of the 67th Basic Session at the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy, holds a master's degree in public affairs from Indiana University Northwest. Lieutenant Kiefer's duties include crime scene management, criminal investigations, firearms, and he's the coordinator of Field Day. Lieutenant Rick Kiefer. Lieutenant Tom LaHaye. Tom served 31 years with the Indiana Department of Natural Resources Law Enforcement Division as an Indiana Conservation Officer prior to joining the Academy staff. He is a firearms instructor, active shooter instructor, report writing instructor, assists with instructor development, and is the OIC of the Tier 3 program. Lieutenant Tom LaHaye. First Sergeant Dale Meredith. Dale comes to us from the Rockport Police Department, where he served 14 years as an officer and 6 years as chief. Served 4 years with the Marine Corps and 3 years with the Indiana National Guard. His main duties at the Academy are in the area of emergency vehicle operations. He's also an instructor in physical tactics and firearms. First Sergeant Dale Meredith. Lieutenant Tom Moore. Lieutenant Moore comes to us from the Aurora and Greendale Police Departments in Dearborn County. Lieutenant Moore is a veteran of the United States Air Force. Lieutenant Moore's responsibilities include being the lead physical fitness and physical education instructor. He assists with the physical tactics program, as well as being a drill instructor for the basic class. Lieutenant Tom Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, our training staff. We have a small training staff at the Academy, and I would like to also thank all the chiefs and sheriffs that are in attendance today that assist us on a daily basis by sending your instructors and staff to us to help train these young officers. It's very vital and helps us to accomplish the mission. If there are any chiefs, sheriffs, or any of the instructors that help this group through, if you would please stand and be recognized from your chairs, I would appreciate that at this time, please. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the Executive Director of the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy, Mr. Tim Horty. Timothy M. Horty became the Executive Director of the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy in November 2018. Prior to his appointment at the Academy, he served as the Law Enforcement Coordinator and Public Affairs Officer at the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Indiana. He also served for 26 years with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, retiring in 2007 as the Deputy Chief of IMPD's West District. Horty earned a bachelor's degree from Indiana University in Forensic Studies and a master's degree in education. He is also graduated from the FBI National Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, Executive Director Tim Horty.
Thank you very much, Captain. Good morning. It's distinguished guests, law enforcement training board members, family, friends, and basic class 2019-217. It is my distinct honor to deliver a few remarks to you today as the director here at the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy. Class, you walked in here 15 weeks ago being one of 6.5 million Hoosiers. You're walking out one of 15,000 Hoosier police officers. Quite a distinctive group to be part of, and we're proud of you. 15 years ago, you were full of energy, enthusiasm, wonderment, and a thirst for knowledge. I hope you walk out with the same passion. We gave you the basic tools to become professional police officers, and it's up to you to hone those skills to develop them even further. The basic class is called just that, the basic class, to give you those formal sets of knowledge that you need. I hope that your thirst for knowledge becomes even more insatiable, because knowledge begets knowledge and an appetite for even more knowledge. Learn new things every single day. You never want to be the 10-year veteran with 1 year of knowledge 10 times over. Some of you will be patrolling your communities yet this week. Others will have many weeks and months of additional training. Be patient. Your supervisors know when it's time. You have chosen a profession that, in my opinion, is more virtuous than any on the planet. I feel that way because no matter what you do in life, whether you're a plumber or a teacher or an architect, if you're not safe, nothing else matters. Your communities need you to help keep them safe. There's plenty of evil out there to go around. Statesman and philosopher Edmund Burke said, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." The citizens of your communities will be calling on you to protect them from that evil. But please remember that not everyone that you confront is evil. Most folks are good, law-abiding people, and it'd be easy to think of it as a them against us world out there. You have become the threads of the fabric of your communities. Embrace them, because you're now a part of them. A police agency is only as effective as the community that supports it. To the loved ones of the class, thank you for doing such a wonderful job of raising them, supporting them, and caring for these men and women. Good people come from other good people, and it's no accident they turned out so well. I challenge you to occasionally challenge them. Challenge them to talk to you and share with you about their feelings. I ask that you stay involved with their lives, and when they say, you just wouldn't understand, push back gently and ask them to give you a chance. Class, they were your support system long before you ever came to us, so don't push them away. They know you as the same person whether you're wearing that uniform or it's hanging in your closet. It's a challenging time for the law enforcement profession. Your communities are expecting big things from you, sometimes heroic things. In today's world, we are infatuated with superheroes. I challenge you that the world needs more leaders and fewer heroes. The Marvel comic and entertainment industry recently released the movie Avengers: Endgame. The Endgame came with superheroes like Captain America and Iron Man and Thor and Black Panther and the Incredible Hulk and Superman. Then, of course, there are your garden variety superheroes like Batman and Superman and Superwoman. The movie grossed $1.4 billion worldwide in its first weekend. So I know our world loves a hero. If you are a true leader, the heroism will take care of itself, because you'll be in the right place at the right time with the opportunity to use your training. Leaders do what is necessary, then what is possible, and suddenly you're doing the impossible. Our world is drowning in words with no action. So please, be the officer, be the deputy that leads by example. Do ordinary things extraordinarily well. St. Francis of Assisi, who lived in the late 1100s, often is attributed to say, "Preach the gospel at all times. When necessary, use words." Interpreted in 2019 in the law enforcement world, it means come to work on time with your uniform pressed and your gun clean. drive your police car at the speed limit when you're not on a hot run. It means wipe your feet at the door before you enter a victim's house when you're on a non-threatening call. It means take the yellow crime scene tape down when your investigation is complete. It means take off your sunglasses and smile at people when you confront them. And it means help raise money for the less fortunate than you. And it means treating everyone like ladies and gentlemen, not necessarily because they are, but because you are. You will always be class 2019-217. We are so very proud of you. We may not always know where you are, but you always know where we are on Sugar Grove Road. Come back and see us. And remember, be leaders, and when necessary, use words. God bless you.
Due to the size of our staff, we also utilize students from every class in leadership roles. I would like to introduce the class officers at this time. So ladies and gentlemen, please stand and be recognized. Squad A Leader, Robert A. Cooper of the Bartholomew County Sheriff's Department. Assistant Squad A Leader, Lindsay Bevilacqua, Noblesville Police Department. Squad B Leader, Samuel Russell Fowler, Grant County Sheriff's Department. Assistant Squad Leader, John A. Jones, Crothersville Police Department. Squad C Leader, Sean M. Mudd, Kosciuszko County Sheriff's Department. Assistant Squad Leader, David A. Meade Jr., Lafayette Police Department. Squad D Leader, Michael D. Strong, LaGrange County Sheriff's Department. Assistant Squad Leader, Jalen C. Ward, the Grant County Sheriff's Department. Guidon Bearer, Bradley Yannick, South Bend Police Department. Vice President of the class was Robert Cooper, Bartholomew County Sheriff's Department. Ladies and gentlemen, our support staff. It gives me great pleasure at this time to introduce to you the President of the 217th graduating class, Officer Skyler Moe of the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department.
Good morning, friends, family, honored guests, and staff of ILEA, and welcome to the graduating class of 217. Sitting before you is a special group of men and women that have earned the title of law enforcement officer. Many names are associated with this term: deputy, police officer, patrol officer, and many more. But one thing is in common with this group: their dedication to serve and protect the people of Indiana. All here have given an oath to stand watch over all, to provide justice and law to where it is broken or abandoned, and to provide strength to those that have been overpowered, and to give compassion to those that have been hurt, abused, or mistreated. This mission set before these officers is conducted on a delicate scale that can be tipped at the slightest of action. Actions that at times have to be made in milliseconds. Actions that could determine the life or death of either the officer or the ones that they have sworn to protect. Laws and regulations guide these officers in deciding what is right and what is wrong. But when it comes down to it, it is the officer's honors, beliefs, and training that ultimately make the split decision. As an officer, many situations they deal with are not simply right or wrong, but they will have to use ethics, morals, faith, and above all, honor. When this is stated, many will ask, where do these officers learn these ethics and these morals? For everyone is different, and not everyone is like-minded. For these officers, one thing binds them: the oath. The oath that these people take themselves selfless service, and regardless of the circumstance, treat everyone with fairness, even those that are lawless. It has been said that the officer is the modern-day knight. Instead of shining armor, they don on vests. Instead of mounting horses, they travel on squad cars. And instead of strapping on a sword, they holster a pistol. These slight changes, as different as they are, not much has changed. A knight was a noble person, one of intelligence, one that knew the laws of the land. A knight was known for their strength and their stamina to fight, but also known for their compassion to help the needy. Most of all, a knight was known for their honor. No matter if the knight was on the battlefield or patrolling the lands, the people could trust that the knight would conduct themselves with honor and valor. The knight's prized possession was his sword. It was a double-edged sword made of the finest steel. It was razor sharp with a crossguard. The knight practiced with his sword on a daily basis throughout his life until it became part of his living body. The knight, the sword was a weapon, but a badge of honor. He carried the same one that he carried was the same one that was placed on his shoulder when he took his sworn oath. His sword was usually inscribed with his name or a prayer, and at times the pommel had his family crest. The hilt was in the shape of a cross to remember his faith. I would say the same is true with the officer. We're double-edged. On one side, we have strength and power, and on the other side, we have compassion and caring. We are made of the finest qualities. We have been forged in the heat of the battle, and we have been molded by life itself. And then we are cooled by our brothers and sisters. We are razor sharp. We train, we study, and we always strive to learn. We keep our badge on our chest to let people know where we come from and to whom we belong. And our faith, we care at all times. It is our strength. It is the knowing that what we are doing is right, and that if we are needed, and we need our fellow officers, they will be at our call. At this time, in honoring of the sword, I would like to present the staff ILEA with a token of our appreciation. Director Cain, if you could step forward at this time. The class of 217 would like to present ILEA with a Templar sword and a plaque. On the plaque, I would like to read to you the Knight's Prayer. O Lord, have mercy upon me, your humble officer in thine dying service. Forget not thine service in all of his trials or his order. I pray that thy will be done in both small and both great. Let me always be worthy of thee. Let me not forget thee in good times nor bad. Armor me with the armor of righteousness. Give me the sword of truth, that I shall confine thy enemy and be unto thee a true officer. In my hour of need, be with me. Let me never forget my sacred oath, that I should not be prey unto the demons nor the dark things of the night. Let there always be unto thee a beacon to those in distress. Never allow me to forget my obligations unto the homeless nor the poor. And let me serve thee in thine throne all days of my life. Let me always remember my obligations. And if it is thine will, let me serve forever. Gentlemen, thank you. Staff, thank you very much.
Class, thanks very much. I tell you what, that pretty amazing, and again, just shows your true character. So we will find a special place to hang that at the Academy, believe me. We have now come to a part here where I'll have Mr. Cain come forward and introduce to you our keynote speaker.
Thank you, Captain. It is my privilege for every graduation to introduce our keynote speaker. We here at ILEA spend a fair amount of time seeking out in the ranks of great police officers those leaders who lead not just by words but by deeds. And we offer them, not just to you folks, but to these graduates as examples of what they can become in the profession of law enforcement. Our keynote speaker tonight is Chief Jill Lees. She's originally from Hammond, Indiana. She graduated from Indiana University in 1995 with a degree in criminal justice. During her time as a Hoosier, she worked as a part-time campus police officer and attended the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy in Bloomington during the summer of 1994. She was sworn in as a Plainfield police officer on May 15, 1995, which was National Peace Officers Memorial Day. In 2004, she was promoted to Support Services Sergeant and was also placed in charge of the Evidence Technician and Community Support Officers. In December of 2006, she graduated from IUPUI with a graduate certificate in Public Management. In June of 2007, she was promoted to Support Services Lieutenant and was named the department's ILEA Accreditation Manager and Supervisor for the Juvenile Programs Officers, Records, and Traffic Sections. In December of 2012, Chief Lees was promoted Captain of the Support Services Division. She continued to be the Accreditation Manager for the Plainfield Police Department and also worked off-duty as a CALEA assessor. In 2017, CALEA promoted her to team leader. In August of 2018, she was appointed as the Deputy Chief of Support over the investigations and support branches of the department. She is a graduate of Leadership Hendricks County, class of 2013, and also attended the Public Service Leadership Institute Leadership Development course in 2014. During her 23-year career at the Plainfield Police Department, Chief Lees has served as a DARE officer, department instructor, field training officer, bicycle patrol officer, school resource officer, explorer post leader, hostage negotiator, chaplain, public information officer, child safety seat technician, CALEA accreditation manager, RAD instructor, and crime watch coordinator. While serving the Plainfield Police Department, she received numerous awards from within the department and also from the Plainfield community, including the Van Buren Elm awarded in 2019, which is the town of Plainfield's highest honor. Chief Lees recently retired from the Plainfield Police Department on March 1, 2019, and started her hopefully long tenure as Chief of Police of the Indiana University Police Department Bloomington Division on March 4, 2019. Please help me welcome to the podium Chief Jill Lees.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm very humbled and honored to have been selected as your speaker today, and I would definitely like to thank Executive Director Tim Horty for choosing me as the selection for the speaker. Just think, a couple months ago, I was working in this very school as a school resource officer at Plainfield Police Department. Today, I probably would have been one of the security officers here to help make this a good day, just like I have done other times for the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy graduation. Now I serve as the Chief of Police of Indiana University Bloomington Division. The IU Police Department is where I started my career at the age of 19 as a cadet, and where I attended the IU Police Academy 25 years ago. I'm very happy to have this amazing opportunity to be able to go back to IUPD where it all began. Of all the speeches I've done during my career, being able to address Class 217 after all of their hard work and dedication has to be one of the very best occasions for me to share my thoughts on law enforcement. Being a police officer is something I've always been passionate about and have taken very seriously. I've been thinking about what I wanted my message to be for the past few weeks. What I came up with is simple. Today, my goal for you is to give you my top 10 best pieces of advice to have a successful career in law enforcement. We all like top 10 lists, and I like reading those Police One articles that always give you a top 10 or a top 5 of different topics. But I wanted to share my own, after many years in law enforcement, what I feel the best advice would be to a new officer. All of these points are important, but I truly feel number 1 is the most important. So I will go through those today. Number 1 is self-care. Take care of yourself. I am a huge proponent on officer safety as number 1, no matter what. Come home at the end of the day, make sure that you do the very best you can not to be injured on duty, and that is your number 1 priority, is taking care of yourself. A long career in law enforcement can be hard on you physically, mentally, and emotionally. My advice is to eat right, drink water, get enough sleep, and exercise. Clinical psychologist and retired law enforcement officer, Dr. Kevin Gilmartin, identifies the 2 leading causes for major illness in police officers. Number 1 is sleep. Lack of sleep impacts the immune system, affects your physical and mental well-being. He's determined that 83% of police officers on average sleep for only 4 to 6 hours each day. Number 2 is tobacco, and we all know the health risks of tobacco use. I guess I personally am glad that caffeine or drinking coffee is not on this list. I would be in big trouble. Dr. Gil Martin also refers to type 2 diabetes as the cop's disease. Police officers in their career as they get older constantly battle good health because of the risks of the job and the long hours and shift work. I could depress you with other bleak facts and statistics of health and lifespan of an officer, but I won't. The bottom line is take care of yourself, see a doctor annually to prevent long-term health problems. Dr. Gil Martin wrote the book, Emotional Survival for Law Enforcement, in which is a must-read for all police officers, all police families, and friends. My best friend read this book and got a lot out of it in regards to understanding hypervigilance in police officers, stressors of the career, and why we act differently off duty than those of other professions. She was like, well, that explains a lot. I'm not sure if that was a good or bad statement after she read that book, but at least she understands me better. Number 2 is family. This includes your real and your law enforcement family. Your family is the only one that you have. I know sometimes I've always felt in my career my family never actually understood what I dealt with on the job on a daily basis. My dad being in corrections, he truly understood what I did and was a huge support to me, but everyone else, it just seemed like they didn't know. The only advice I could give you for your family is to love them more every day, know that they mean well, and they may never understand exactly what you do, but just don't shut them out. I feel that lack of communication and cynicism are huge in the breakdown of police families. Again, please read Dr. Gil Martin's book. As far as your law enforcement family, I personally will be the first to tell you that your law enforcement family is also very important. Work toward trust, building relationships, having their back no matter what, and cheer them on. Support each other's successes, share in each other's pain, disappointment, and struggles. I don't think there's a greater bond than that of any profession outside of the military than a police family. Number 3 is friends and hobbies. Have friends that are not cops and different than you. A lot of my friends are different than me, and they are considered my family. At my retirement party from Plainfield PD, during my speech, I quoted the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Clarence the Angel told George Bailey that no man is a failure who has friends. I truly believe this, and I've been very blessed with very wonderful friends outside of law enforcement over the years. They've helped me keep my positive perspective. Again, our law enforcement friends are important to us and very special. However, only having cop friends sometimes may limit off-duty experiences and hobbies. Do something off duty that's enjoyable, relaxing, and stress-free. Number 4, try everything. Do things no one else wants to do. I truly believe that a large reason of why I am standing here today is that I did a lot of tasks that no one wanted to do. No one wants to write policy, and I don't blame them. No one wanted to be the accreditation manager for ILEA, and no one wanted to supervise the civilian staff, which I would say is the key component of who truly runs the entire police department. No one wanted to be the child safety seat technician or an SRO back in the 90s. I capitalized on each and every single opportunity and was always willing to help and learn many different things. Then, not only did I learn these things, I got good at it and became even better, until I worked my way to be a CLEA assessor and a team leader. Some would say that I had painted myself into a corner doing those things. I did hear that for many years, that I was just gonna be where I'm at because of all the different things that weren't patrol-oriented. But I was happy with my career path because it was my own. These skills I learned and experienced throughout my career helped me, I believe, ultimately to be selected as chief of police. Number 5, network. A long career of meeting other officers from other agencies and making friends equals many funny stories, memories, and almost the sense that you belong to their department as well as your own. We are brothers and sisters of the thin blue line. So when you go to outside training, talk to people, mingle, don't just stay in your department clique. Also, collect patches and coins wherever you travel. In your area, make a point to connect with officers in surrounding jurisdictions. Each county may have several agencies, however, we are all working toward the same goal. This will help you with your own career, and you have people to lean on during different situations. Or you just may want to steal copies of their policies. That works too, right? It's a great and beneficial way to have a contact person from all of your surrounding areas. Number 6, accountability and morale starts with you. While leadership of a police organization has everything to do with morale and culture of the department, I believe it truly starts with each and every one of us. All departments go through good times and challenging times. You have control on how you respond each day on the job. Focus on the work, why you do what you do. I always told officers, keep their head down and keep working. Be patient, and working hard will ensure successful results. I'm sure most would tell you that I had their best interest in mind, and I saw great leadership potential in many officers for their future career if they just kept working hard. On the other hand, if someone heard me say, let me know how that works out for you, that was always kind of my way of saying, you might be going down the wrong path. I brought a challenge coin today. This is my very first challenge coin that I received at a leadership training. And on it, it says, if you do this job properly, there is nothing more noble that you will do with your life. And I truly believe this. This was said by Andrew Jacobs Sr. And on the back is the leadership test. Am I doing the right thing at the right time, in the right way, and for the right reason? I've always kept this coin. This is when challenge coins weren't cool yet. So I received this coin in 2006, and I've always kept this with me to remind me of those things about accountability, about morale, about decision making, and how important that is in law enforcement. Number 7, everyone is an informal leader. Have a mentor, a leadership coach, etc. I don't know everything. I'm not perfect, and I make mistakes. That is why I've always had a leadership coach, and now I'm lucky to have 2, one in Plainfield and one at IU. And maybe that's why I've always had a mentor in my career. Major Nyla Miller-Crump from the Indiana State Police was my mentor and started with me in my career at 1989 when I was a high school student in the State Police Career Camp. I've always kept in touch with her, so have that person that has paved the way in front of you in law enforcement be your mentor. Mindset's also very important. Whether I talk about the warrior mindset, being open-minded, etc., all officers at all levels can see great success or decline in their career depending on what their mindset is. Number 8, improve yourself daily. Set goals. Don't give up. Keep trying for advancement. Be prepared. Keep your resume updated and ready. You never know when opportunity is going to knock. Opportunity often knocks unexpectedly. So it's nice when you can just hit the print button and you're ready for your resume and your letter. But it is what you do in the gaps that is important. Angela Duckworth, in her book, The Grit, says that grit is passion and perseverance for a very long-term goals and sticking with your future day in and day out, not just for the week or the month, but for years and working really hard to make that future a reality. If you're working on a future goal, don't just work on it when the opportunity presents itself. I have seen this many times, and many officers have failed. Work harder than anybody else daily to achieve your goals. This goes for any goal in your life: law enforcement, personal, academic, fitness, financial, etc. Number 9, think about retirement today. I know that may kind of sound weird. You just started and you haven't even hit the streets yet. But since I'm a huge planner, I have a few bits of advice in this area. Number 1, take pictures. When I retired from Plainfield PD, I put a slideshow together for my retirement party. There were well over 200 slides in the PowerPoint, and I definitely had to shave some out. So many funny, nostalgic pictures spanning 23 years of service, and since I was going back to IUPD, I had a section in the slideshow of all of my old cadet and academy graduation photos. Made for a really neat slideshow. Number 2, save stuff. What do I mean by stuff? Stuff is considered the letters from school children during National Police Week, the thank you cards from citizens, newspaper articles of arrests that you've made, or community participation, old pictures, programs for ceremonies or civic group speeches, certificates, etc. I had a box under my desk and would toss all of these things in the box. When I retired, I sorted through 2 boxes of stuff and found some amazing artifacts, yellowed newspaper articles that spanned my entire career. Get a box, keep your stuff, and you will love going through it at the end of your career. And finally, financial. Plan for the future. Know what your pension will pay, how much you will have when you retire. You can't start early enough. My best advice for new officers should be save money, know what you can put back into 457 or other financial questions. I started planning day 1, and it's really been helpful. Number 10, my last bit of advice is take care of the community you serve. Depending on how you treat those, depend on how they treat you, they will or will not be your biggest supporter. If someone told me early in my career that I would be in a lip sync challenge video, I would have told them they were crazy. When the lip sync challenge videos were popular a while back, everyone kept asking me, which department challenged you? I told them, no one did. Overwhelmingly, it was the Plainfield community that challenged us to do a video. That put a lot of pressure on us to do a good video. We wanted to make the community proud. For those that have seen it, it turned out pretty good. For those that haven't seen it, please don't look it up. It really was a good video. Do things like this out of your comfort zone to be a positive influence in your community. I've had a role in the community play. I played a police officer, so I guess it wasn't that hard. I danced the tango at Dancing with the Hendricks County Stars to raise money for the Hendricks County Museum. And I played basketball on a team of police officers and teachers against the Harlem Wizards. These are some extreme examples on how to be part of the community. However, I could go on and on. The real community heroes are those officers I have specifically seen that have done true acts of community policing. One officer paid for a child's basketball registration because while on a run found out the family couldn't afford it. Several officers off duty went back to an elderly lady's residence to trim her trees because she was scammed the week prior. Another stopped and took coffee to a woman in crisis who had trouble during the holiday. And there are many other acts not known or mentioned, but out of the kindness of their hearts and their pocketbooks. This is a true sense of community policing, and if done right, the community will have your back in good times and in bad. A couple of years ago, Chaplain Brad Long came into my office and handed me a quote. He said this quote was posted in his office and he reads it daily. I'm going to end my remarks today with this quote. I took this with me to IUPD. I haven't hung it anywhere yet, but I have it where I can read it each morning. It's called For a Day in My Life. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it, or I can use it for good, but what I do today is more important because I am exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving behind it, in its place, something I have traded it for. I want to be a gain and not a loss, good and not evil, success and not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price that I have paid for it. This was written by Samuel F. Pugh. Samuel Pugh died at the age of 103 in 2007 and was an ordained minister for over 70 years. Reverend Pugh also wrote many books and poems over his life. He is a true example of someone who did not waste his life 1 minute. So my final thought, life is short. You will reach 20 years of service in your career before you know it. Have fun. Congratulations to all of you. God bless and be safe. Thank you.
right, we have now come to the part of the program that these officers have been waiting for the last several weeks, the issuing of the certificates. But before we would do that, I would like to advise of the Honor Graduate Distinction. The Honor Graduate Distinction is designed to reward those officers who excel in their academy training. Such things as appearance and bearing, physical ability, alertness, and attitude are as important to the patrol officer as shooting ability and academic accomplishment. The Honors Distinction will combine all the traditional areas rewarded for accomplishment in the academic and tactical skills, but will also recognize those heralded areas that are indicative of high-quality, reliable officers. An honor graduate may not have any more than 5 Liberty Card restrictions for any reason. He cannot be given any type of yellow or red tag restriction. They have to obtain a higher standard on the physical fitness requirements. An honor graduate must also obtain, when combining all written exams, at least a 95% GPA and may not fail any academic or practical component of the basic class. Persons who achieve the honor graduate distinction will have a notation made on their graduate certificate, their permanent record, and will be recognized today as they walk across the stage as an honor graduate. Director and Chief, if you'd please step up and help us issue the certificate.
Row 1, attend, hut!
All that physical training and
Left, face!
Miles J. Andrews, Officer, Mishawaka Police Department. Samuel A. Anglin, Patrolman, Logansport Police Department. Reese A. Bada, Officer, Allen County Police Department. Timothy P. Barber, Officer, South Bend Police Department. Blake A. Benton, tuition student, Indianapolis, Indiana. Lindsay Bevilacqua, Patrolman, Noblesville Police Department. Joe Biddle, Officer, Marion Police Department. Dominique Bohannon, Patrolman, Fishers Police Department. Benjamin L. Bosley, Deputy, Orange County Sheriff's Department. James Bradbury, Patrol Officer, Elkhart County Sheriff's Office. Brittany A. Brenner, Patrolman, Bedford Police Department. Robert C. Brown, Patrolman, Wayne County Sheriff's Department. Brandon L. Bryant, Patrolman, New Haven Police Department. Zachary E. Buchanan, Officer, Pittsboro Police Department. Sierra Burton, Patrolman, Richmond Police Department. Aaron Byerly, Patrolman, Bloomington Police Department. Eric Carlson, Deputy Sheriff, Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Office. Stephen M. Chandler, Officer, Washington Township Schools Police Department. Anthony Chavez, Patrolman, Fortville Police Department. Roy Clements, Patrol Officer, Elkhart County Sheriff's Department. Blake Coburn, Patrolman, Marion Police Department. Buddy Combs, Patrolman, Daleville Police Department. Allison C. Compton, Deputy, Grant County Sheriff's Department. Cody A. Conwell, Deputy, Noble County Sheriff's Department. Robert A. Cooper, Deputy, Bartholomew County Sheriff's Department. Mariah Danae Copeland, Patrolman, Muncie Police Department. Justin R. Crusoe, Deputy, Wabash County Sheriff's Department. Robert R. Decker, Deputy, Vigo County Sheriff's Department. Jacob DeShepper, tuition student, St. John, Indiana. Dylan Duggar, Patrolman, South Bend Police Department. Kyle T. Eagleson, Deputy, LaGrange County Sheriff's Department. Turner A. Edwards, Patrolman, Carmel Police Department. Kason M. Elkin, Patrolman, Avon Police Department. Tyler W. Ellsbury, Patrolman, Franklin Police Department. Nicholas K. Engel, Deputy Sheriff, Adams County Sheriff's Office. Dylan W. Enzinger, Deputy, Franklin County Sheriff's Department. Kelsey Farrell, Patrolman, Fishers Police Department. Honors graduate, Jillian Ann Deemer Fetters, Patrolman, Noblesville Police Department. Samuel Russell Fowler, Deputy, Grant County Sheriff's Department. Jacob Fuller, Deputy Sheriff, Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Office. Hunter D. Gamble, Deputy, Clay County Sheriff's Office. Eric Gander, Deputy Sheriff, Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Office. Brent Garrett, Patrolman, Wayne County Sheriff's Department. Chase M. Gibson, Deputy, Noble County Sheriff's Department. Ryan Haney, Deputy Sheriff, Fulton County Sheriff's Department. Honors graduate, Lucas Harder, Patrolman, Muncie Police Department. Joshua D. Harder, Patrolman, Newcastle Police Department. Samuel K. Helsloot, Patrol Officer, Noblesville Police Department. Cade M. Hetrick, Patrolman, New Haven Police Department. Michael W. Holliday, Officer, North Vernon Police Department. Dane Holmes, Patrolman, Monticello Police Department. Kenneth Jackson, Deputy, Ohio County Sheriff's Office. Landon C. Jackson, Patrolman, Crawfordsville Police Department. Casey James, Patrolman, Tell City Police Department. Shelby Lane Jellison, Patrolman, Carmel Police Department. John A. Jones, Patrolman, Crothersville Police Department. Kelly M. Keith, Deputy, Ohio County Sheriff's Office. Kayu Muzaman, Khan, Patrolman, Bloomington Police Department. Samir Khan, Police Officer, Indiana University Police Department, Bloomington. Todd A. Corporal, Deputy, Grant County Sheriff's Department. Kevin Bradley Coons, Patrolman, Richmond Police Department. Bradley Kramer, Deputy, Clark County Sheriff's Office. Alan Lacoste, Patrolman, Wayne County Sheriff's Department. David Lehman, Deputy, Madison County Sheriff's Department. Kyle B. Lee, Deputy, Jennings County Sheriff's Office. Cody W. Lear, Patrolman, Syracuse Police Department. Justin Lewis, Patrol Officer, Warsaw Police Department. Nick Light, Deputy, Clinton County Sheriff's Office. Jake Lloyd, Patrolman, Wabash Police Department. Austin Laux, Patrolman, Elkhart County Sheriff's Office. Brock Lovell, Patrolman, Beech Grove Police Department. Evan G. Luigs, Deputy Sheriff, Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Office. Joshua W. Lundy, Patrolman, Huntington City Police Department. Justin Michael Lutz, Deputy, Crawford County Sheriff's Department. Justin E. Mackey, Officer, Kokomo Police Department. Honors graduate, Zachary S. Markham, Deputy, Henry County Sheriff's Office. Talal Marie, Patrol Officer, Bluffton Police Department. Blake M. Marcy, Patrolman, Vincennes University Police Department. Torrance C. McCollum, Patrolman, Washington Police Department. Frederick Zachary McConaughey, Patrolman, Shelbyville Police Department. David A. Meade, Jr., Patrol Officer, Lafayette Police Department. Travis Mickham, Deputy, Kosciuszko County Sheriff's Office. Kyle Minor, Deputy, Brown County Sheriff's Department. Skyler Moe, Deputy, Hamilton County Sheriff's Department. Jacob Morrissey, Patrolman, Lafayette Police Department. David Mosley, Patrolman, Butler University Police Department. Sean M. Mudd, Deputy, Kosciuszko County Sheriff's Office. Damon Munn, tuition student, Franklin, Indiana. Austin Myers, patrolman, Winchester Police Department. Cody Newsom, patrolman, Austin Police Department. Darren M. Knuckles, patrolman, Lafayette Police Department. Michael Odom, patrolman, Lafayette Police Department. Zachary Petrie, patrolman, Fortville Police Department. Corey M. Filippi, Deputy, Wabash County Sheriff's Department. Brandon L. Pounds, Officer, Warren Township Schools Police Department. Matthew Purley, patrolman, Clarksville Police Department. Alejandro Ramirez, officer, Kokomo Police Department. Blake Ramos, patrol officer, Frankfort Police Department. Corey Rapala, tuition student, Carmel, Indiana. Alex Reel, patrolman, Elkhart County Sheriff's Office. Nathan Richardson, officer, Lafayette Police Department. Nicholas Ricks, patrolman, Avon Police Department. Honors graduate, Michael A. Rogers, Deputy, Brown County Sheriff's Department. Dante S. Roque, patrolman, Muncie Police Department. Zachary T. Rowlands, Deputy, Steuben County Sheriff's Office. Tyler Russell, Deputy, Hendricks County Sheriff's Department. Jamin Sands, Deputy, Huntington County Sheriff's Department. Holden Sanford, officer, Cicero Police Department. Derek Sandin, officer, Brownsburg Schools Police Department. Mitchell P. Scott, Deputy Sheriff, Fulton County Sheriff's Department. Ryan G. Scott, Patrol Officer, Noblesville Police Department. Joshua T. Seymour, Deputy, Martin County Sheriff's Department. Lauren C. M. Skinner, Patrolman, Muncie Police Department. Austin Paul Smith, Deputy Marshal, Andrews Police Department. Trent Daniel Smith, Patrolman, Madison Police Department. Kristen Stantz, Police Officer, South Bend Police Department. Jonathan M. Staten, Officer, Pittsboro Police Department. Alexander J. Steele, Deputy, Howard County Sheriff's Department. Michael D. Strong, Deputy, LaGrange County Sheriff's Department. James R. Surd, Police Officer, Indiana University Police Department, Indianapolis. Travis Sutphin, Deputy, Boone County Sheriff's Office. Connor Wesley Swanger, tuition student, Cincinnati, Ohio. Kara Tapp, Police Officer, Noblesville Police Department. Benjamin Tate, Patrolman, Fishers Police Department. Kenneth Thompson, Deputy, Shelby County Sheriff's Department. Ashley Trezise, Officer, Carmel Police Department. Jordan S. Turpin, Patrolman, Noblesville Police Department. Max Quint Ubelor, Patrolman, Bedford Police Department. Skyler C. Verray, Patrolman, Crawfordsville Police Department. Jalen C. Ward, Deputy, Grant County Sheriff's Department. Nathan J. Ward, Officer, Jonesboro Police Department. Jaron B. Warner, Patrolman, Gas City Police Department. Fallon R. Watton, Police Officer, University of Indianapolis Police Department. Josiah Watts, Patrolman, Brownstown Police Department. Kyle A. Weaver, Officer, Columbus Police Department. Noah R. Weeks, tuition student, Indianapolis, Indiana. Eric C. Wolf, Deputy, Decatur County Sheriff's Office. Honors graduate, Bradley Yannick, Police Officer, South Bend Police Department. Mitchell T. Young, Patrolman, Greenwood Police Department.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 217th graduating class. All right, we're going to give away a few awards at this time in the presentation. So I would like to have Lieutenant Retired Don Bender come forward to issue the Colonel Joshua Chamberlain Award.
Captain, staff, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This is an award for leadership, but leadership is, well, kind of subjective, situational. To explain this award, I have to tell you just a second about Joshua Chamberlain. He was a professor at Bowdoin College in Maine when war broke out between our states. A very educated man, he could read, write, and speak 8 languages. He believed in freedom for all and wanted to join the North cause. The other professors thought, well, he didn't have what it took, and they said he had a heart of a woman. Not exactly a compliment in 1861 America. But he joined the 20th Maine, served in several battles, took 120 mutineers from another Maine unit, reconvinced them through character and duty to join him. He arrived late at Gettysburg, was stationed at the Little Round Top. His actions there did not win that battle, but it saved the victory for the Union cause. He was wounded 6 times, including once through both hips. The surgeon that night told him to prepare his affairs. He would not live until the morning. 7 months later, he walked back into battle. He was promoted to brevet general, and during the surrender of Lee's army at Appomattox, there were still Napoleonic terms that had to be addressed. And Ulysses S. Grant wanted the officer who was the most honorable and of the highest character in the United States Army to accept Lee's surrender. He picked Joshua Chamberlain. His later biography, he went back to be the president of Bowdoin College and governor of Maine. His later biographers wrote of him, he had the heart of a woman, the soul of a lion, a velvet touch, and a fist of steel. Ladies and gentlemen, the young men and women sitting on this stage have that compassion. They have that courage. They will help the needy, and they will face evil. It is my honor and my privilege to represent the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department Leadership Academy Alumni Association and present the Joshua Chamberlain Award to Robert A. Cooper, Bartholomew County.
Thank you, Lieutenant. The next award we're going to recognize is the Lieutenant Andy Anderson Firearms Handgun Proficiency Award. We're going to recognize the top 5 shooters in the class. So if you're one of the top 5, when I call your name, if you'd please stand, come forward. The Anderson family, Andy had a couple daughters, and they graciously, with every class here in the last several years, have provided a gift on behalf of their dad to the top 5 of each class. And so they have provided that for us today, and we will issue those as well. So in 5th place, with scores of 99 19X, 99 16X, 99 12X, for a 99% average, 47X count, Lucas N. Harder, the Muncie Police Department. Stand there, you're good. 4th place, scores of 98 23X, 100 25X, 99 24X, for a 99 average, 72X count, Zachary S. Markham of the Henry County Sheriff's Department. Third place, scores of 100 9X, 99 12X, 99 9X, for a 99.3 average, 30X count, Miles J. Andrews, Mishawaka Police Department. Second place, scores of 99 3X, 100 25X, 99 17X, for a 99.3 average, 45X count, Jacob N. Lloyd, Warsaw Police Department. And our Proficiency Award winner, scores of 100 12X, 99 21X, 99 23X, for a 99.3 average, 56X count, Nicholas K. Engel of the Adams County Sheriff's Department. Yeah, next award is the Captain Glenda E. Mercer Academic Award. We're going again to recognize the top 5 academically in the class. So if you would please again come forward, stand up here out front where everybody can get a good look at you. In 5th, with a GPA of 96.3%, Tyler W. Ellsbury, Franklin Police Department. We had a tie in 4th, so to start with a GPA of 96.5%, Max Q. Ubalor, Bedford Police Department. And again, tied for 4th with a 96.5%, Zachary S. Markham, Henry County Sheriff's Department. Third, with a 96.6 GPA, Jillian A.D. Fetters of the Noblesville Police Department. Second, with a GPA of 96.9, Michael A. Rogers of the Brown County Sheriff's Department. And first, our academic award winner with a GPA of 97.1%, Kevin B. Coons of the Richmond Police Department. Our last award today is the Herman H. Freed Award. The Herman Freed Award was established by the Law Enforcement Training Board on August 16th of 2004. This award is presented in honor of Major Freed to a student from each basic class that demonstrates the qualities of integrity, loyalty, ethics, and attitude. Major Freed was the first executive director of the Academy in 1967 and was instrumental in establishing the first and current Academy facilities located in Plainfield. In 1978, he retired as executive director, and in 79 was appointed to the Law Enforcement Training Board's Advisory Council, a position he held until 1990. Until his death on June 14th of 2004, Major Freed had attended all the graduation ceremonies from the 1st through the 157th. The winner of the Herman H. Freed Award for Basic Class 217 is Deputy Michael D. Strong of the LaGrange County Sheriff's Department. Okay, now I would like to call the president of the class, Officer Skyler Moe, back to the podium to administer the officer's code of ethics.
Ladies and gentlemen, the law code of ethics. As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve mankind, to safeguard lives and property, to protect innocent against deception, the weak against oppression and intimidation, and the peacefulness against violence and disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights of all persons, liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all, maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn the ridiculous, develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others. Honest in thought and deed, in both my personal and my official life, I will be an exemplary in obeying the laws and be the land and the regulations of my department. Whatever I see or hear, confidential manner or nature, or that confide me in a way of official capacity, will be kept ever secret unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty. I will never act officially or permit personal feelings, prejudice, animosities, or friendships to influence the decisions. With no compromise for crime or with the relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courageously and appropriately without fear or favor, malice or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuities. Class, please stand with me and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as a public trust, to be held as long as I am true, to the ethics of the police service. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and these ideals, dedicating myself before God and my chosen profession, law enforcement. So help me God.
I would now invite Officer Brandon L. Pounds of the Warren Township Schools Police Department to offer our benediction.
Hello to all. Let us pray. God, I thank you for the experience that you allowed all officers here. I pray for all the staff that gave us our time away from their families to make us better officers. I pray that we wear this badge as we leave here today with courage, honor, and respect for ourselves, our community, and our family. I pray that we always keep God first. I pray that we never forget the small things that the instructors taught us and the reason why we started this career. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Lieutenant Asperson, would you please take charge of the class for their final dismissal?
217 is Smith!
That concludes our ceremony. Be careful going home. Thank you. Have a great day.
Chief, thank you very much.